Afternoon. Welcome, everyone. The music went off. It was like, ooh, so quiet. So glad that you're here this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out on a beautiful spring Sunday afternoon to support the students today. I am so proud of them for so many reasons, and I've made a lot of notes so that I don't chase rabbits or squirrels or whatever it is people chase when they talk. And things are going to be a little bit different. We're going to do a few little different things today that we don't normally do, but I just told somebody if it's my last one, I can do whatever I want to, right? So I won't keep you here all afternoon, though, I promise. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time, if you're a family member or friends and you haven't been here before, welcome to Lake Hills and to our performance today. We're especially glad that you're here. I'm so thankful to Lake Hills that they allow us to be in this sweet place for our recitals, and I'm also very grateful for Stephen Spain for putting this on the church website so that your family and friends can watch, and you can go back and watch it later if you prefer to do that. But thank you, Stephen, for helping us out today. If you would, before we begin, just silence your phones. You may absolutely take pictures, videos, whatever you want to do. There are a couple of chairs back there if you want to move around and move closer. If you've been here before, you know how it works. We will do group pictures afterwards, and there will be time for you to take some individual pictures then if you want. But if you'll just make sure they're on silent. I've checked mine twice. It's over there. I think I might go put it in the hallway just to be sure, because it would be my phone that went off probably. I usually leave it in the car. But anyway, if you need the restrooms, you can go out this door and straight down the hall, past the library, through the open doorway. The women's is there on the right. There's a little set of stairs. The men's there. There are also restrooms right behind here. So if you go out this door and just keep going left, the women's are here, and the men, if you went any further past the men's restroom, you'd go out the door into the courtyard. So they're just right around that way if you need that at any time. It's a little bit interesting of a title for our program today. I tried to be creative, but that's really not me. So not when it comes to thinking about things like this. I chose the word fast because most of them learned their song really fast. We just started right after spring break, and that's not been that many weeks ago. And some of them have labored hard because their piece was a little harder. Some of them were a little easier, but they all have practiced so hard, and I'm so pleased. It just got here really fast. So that's my reason for fast. They might wish that this day would go by fast because they're probably a little nervous, but you're going to love it. You just wait. I chose final for obvious reasons. We won't talk about that now. I've already had 2 come apart since Thursday, and I have lots of Kleenex, but we're just not going to go there right now. This is literally the one consistent job, I will say. I started teaching in college, and this is the one thing that I have always done when other jobs rotated around it. Church ministry and teaching is just what I've always done. So I know there's something. I'm not nervous. I'm excited about whatever's next, but that's a whole lifetime of, I've never retired before. So it's a whole lifetime of something that's going to be new. So anyway, that's the final part. And the fun part is that I just always want lessons to be fun. I want our time together today to be fun. And so I guess that's easy to say when we're on this side. They're probably going again. It's not so much fun. But I've already had a little speech, a little talk with them about today. And I think that we are given days in this life to enjoy. We all have hard seasons. We walk through things that are hard. But I believe that if the joy of the Lord is in you, then you find a way. Right? We make the very best of each day. And to me, that's just make it fun. Once today's gone, guess what? No more. We start again tomorrow. And I that's just kind of the older I get. Most people think I'm pretty immature, but I don't really care because life is fun, and it should be. So that's where the fun part comes in. Also, speaking of fun, we're going to do something that we have not done before, so y'all can just sit back and listen because this is not really pertaining to you. It's for them. So can I take this out, Stephen? Can I move this? Okay, so I'm going to put them on the spot. They don't know what we're doing. I remember my very first piano lesson, and I talked to some of them about this. My first piano lesson was in the janitor's closet at my elementary school. The piano barely fit. My teacher had to sit in the hallway, and it smelled like that green powder stuff, that janitors use. It's so disgusting. That's where I spent my first 8 months of piano, in the janitor's closet. So I think about the memories that we make. I think about all the great things that we've done and the funny things and the things they come in talking about that make me laugh. And so I'm just going to ask them a few questions, and hopefully they'll answer and not be shy. Okay, so I know you guys. I can tell you lots of things about you, and I'm going to in a moment, but I want to know how well you think you know me. So you can just answer randomly. It doesn't matter. Name 3 things that I seldom start a lesson without. Coffee, most important. Yes, what else? I like my candles lit. Yep, and you can be playing away, and I'll light candles while you're playing because I like my candles. What else? One more thing? Oh, I always have a chair. Yep. Chewing gum, usually, don't I always have? Yep, gum. Now, my 3 family members, they take virtually, but we've had in-person lessons. They would know those things. What's my favorite color? Aha. What is one project that I've started in my house and I have yet to finish it? No. It's in the studio. I gutted my big piano 2 years ago and was going to make a desk out of it, and I haven't bought glass yet. It just sits there and looks not so nice. But yes, what's my street number? You can come to my house every week for weeks and weeks, and you probably never pay attention. Does anybody know my street number? Okay, write this down, 5713. So you have to come back and visit me. You have to know where I live. So 5713, that's my street number. Do you have any idea how many flags are in my front yard? Do you ever sit in your car while you're waiting on your lesson and count them? That's a very Callan, it is 5. I have 5 flags in my front yard. What kind of chewing gum do I chew the most? Cinnamon, yes, and this is hilarious because I offer them gum, and it's Trident cinnamon, but sometimes it's so hot, their faces are priceless, and they go spit it in the trash, and then we laugh, and then we go on. Okay, and the last one, what part of teaching you how to read music do I love the most? Absolutely, rhythm. I always tell them, you can miss all the notes you want to, we can fix that. If you can't get the rhythm right, you can't keep a steady beat, then we're in trouble. So that's my favorite element of music is rhythm. All right, so let's just see how well I know you. I know that Madeline has a dog named Boots. I know that Madeline plays softball with Callan. I know that Callan, I have a jar in my studio, and I call it the Happy Sad Made Me Mad, Maybe I Should Just Pray About It jar. And so they can come in any week, and they can write anything they want to on a little piece of paper that's there, put it in the jar. Callan, almost without fail, every week writes something in that jar, and I love that. I know that she also plays softball. Yeah, did I say that? Hattie Joy has new glasses since we saw her last. Yes, I know that Hattie Joy, she's my family. If I miss my family, I'm in big trouble, aren't I? She collects miniatures. Am I right? She has tons of stuffies, and at one point I know she was collecting miniatures. She's looking at me like, Aunt Carla, that's not quite right. Yeah, all right. And I know that Hattie is an excellent counter because I hear her on our video counting 2, 3, 4 every time, and I love that. It makes me so happy. Elena, I remember Elena's first recital, and if you think she's tiny now, you should have seen her then. Her little tiny fingers would barely stretch enough to play. Elena practices so carefully and works so hard. She is learning to play soccer, yes, and they often keep my dog Murphy, so I know these things about you. What do I know about William? Let's see. I know William plays lots of sports Basketball, baseball. Yes, are you playing baseball now? Oh, no more baseball. See, I'm behind the times. I know when their cow has a calf. I know where they go on cool vacations. I know that William is a very fast learner. He's very easy to teach because he's a very quick learner. And I love the smile that's on his face when he gets it right. It's pretty awesome. Let's see who's next. Casper. Oh, I know Casper loves basketball. Casper smiles just like that all the time when we're having a lesson. And when I say, way to go, buddy, great job today, he always smiles and says, thanks. And that makes me happy because he's very polite and he works hard. And I love that. Harper has a little brother who was not in the world last year. He was here, but he was not in the world yet. So he's about to turn 1. She has a little baby brother who's so very sweet. Let's see. Hold on a second. I got to get my paper here, make sure I get it right, because there's something else I know about you. Oh, I know she also likes purple, and I think if it's still correct, she likes elephants, because we had this conversation a few weeks ago about elephants, which I thought was fun. Ellen, I am pretty sure, draws treble clefs better than I do. She's quite talented in all of her musical drawings. She makes me jewelry sometimes. She likes chocolate. She likes steak. And I wrote down, you like oysters. Is that right? Oh, whoever knew a kid that age would love oysters? She does love oysters, and she smiles just like that all the time. My favorite thing about Everett is that when I call him on the phone to do his lesson, he is so excited. And he always says, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm like, no, I don't have my coffee yet. I'm not ready yet. So I ask him something and we talk. Are you ready? Are you ready? And I love that because his enthusiasm to play, he just started last year. So he's learning and doing so very well. And y'all are going to love his song today. And he is also playing, I can't remember, soccer? I'm supposed to know this. Oh, no, help me. What are you playing, sports now? Basketball. See, they switch. I can't keep up. Okay. Hendry is my second oldest student at the moment. Henry is a competitor in Rubik's, what do you call them? Rubik's competitions? Say it again. Speed cubing, yes, go figure. I can't even do one slow on one side, much less anything else. He does that. I was so impressed at Christmas when he wanted to play an old English carol called In the Bleak Midwinter. I thought, most kids don't even know songs, hymns, but to know that one. And for today, he chose a movement from a collection called The Planets by Gustav Holst, who's a 20th century modern composer. And I love it that he loves classical music. He said, I listen to that when I study and when I read. I'm thinking, because some of it's kind of crazy, but he loves it. And I love that about him. Neil had a big weekend in a performance at Powell High School, so he's running on fumes today. Big performance, so involved in the music program there. He is very kind, and he learns quickly and is very smart, has so much musical ability. So I know these things about you. Jovi keeps me laughing all the time. If I have to go warm my coffee, she turns cartwheels in my living room, which I think is kind of fun. Jovi wears the cutest clothes, and one day I said to her, Jovi, can I go shopping with you? Your clothes are so cute. And she said, my mom buys them for me. So I took that as a no. She didn't want me to go shopping with her. There were no cute clothes for me. And she wears boots sometimes. They're so cute. Jovi is fun. We're going to play together today, and I really enjoyed having her as well. Eliza, the first lesson that she came to me, when did we start? 2023? It's been a while. She didn't speak a word. She didn't speak a word for a long time. She would smile just like that. And if I asked her a question, she would do this, or she would do this. She wouldn't talk. And now it's so fun because now I'll be sitting there writing and she'll just start talking. And she'll just talk and talk. And I love it so much. That's one of the joys for me, to just get to watch them grow, not just musically, but in all the other ways. And it matters to me that I know these things about them, because I think that if a teacher is ever just a teacher, and they don't care about the kids, then that they're missing out on something. It's been a huge blessing for me, and I love them, so thank you for sharing them with me for ever many years you have. Now, we're going to let them do what they came to do. That's enough talking from me. So I'm just going to lead us in a word of prayer as we begin today. We will play, and then I'll have a little presentation at the end and a few more words, and then we'll be done. So let's pray together. Lord, thank you so much for this amazing day that you've given us. Thank you for these opportunities where we can come and we can share the gifts that you've given us. I pray for each student that's in the loft today. I pray for calmness of their nerves, for a steady heart, for focus. Mostly, I just pray that they would know that their gifts come from you and that you give only good things. You give good things. And I just pray that they would be mindful of that today, that they would be pleased, and more importantly, that they would please you with what they've come to offer. Thank you for each person that's come and is in this room today, and I pray special blessings on them throughout this day and in the days to come. Thank you for the way that you love us, for the way that you care for us. Thank you most of all for grace. Amen. Well, what about that? Would you all stand, please? Thank you. You can sit. I told them they could breathe now. It's all over. Wow. Can we just, I don't know. I just kind of want to sit here for a while. If you don't know that last song, I didn't ask Eliza if she would be the closer. I put her at the end, and then I called her today and told her that she was at the end. If you don't know that song, Lauren Daigle, most of you probably do, but look up the words to that song called Trust in You. It is quite amazing. And appropriate for all of us every day, I think, because I would like to think that you would all go on and play the piano forever, but you may not. Some of you may not play after today. You may be an astronaut on some mission like Artemis someday, or you may fly a plane for people all over the world, or you may be a teacher, or you may be, I don't know, a mom. There's all kinds of possibilities, and God has a story for you. I am 63 years old, and today I can say that God is still writing my story. This is a whole nother thing for me, right? Every day we walk it out. This morning we had a sermon on telling our story. It was called A Plaque on Your Forehead. And it's quite appropriate because when I planned this for today and all of this, I didn't know that. God just does whatever he does, right? And so the message was about how we do all have a story to tell. Jesus in the midst of our lives and all the things that we go through, this is what life is. We help each other and we love each other and we help each other see Jesus all the time. And so he quoted a scripture where God's talking to Abraham, and he says, through you I will bless the nations. And I just thought that was so great. What a great thing to end our program with today, because through all of you and you, all of us, we don't know always what God's going to do, right? But something. And so this has been an amazing journey for me. Thank you for just allowing me to be a part of them and to spend time with them. I just have a quick presentation to make, and then